paranoid. He was always sure everybody wants to kill him, and in most cases it was quite true. Now, what can be better for him to please the Romans than build for them a harbor city in the eastern coast of the Mediterranean? This is the eastern coast of the Mediterranean. Now, this is meeting point of continent. All the goods of the Far East, mostly perfumes, spices, and drugs. Nothing was changed in the world. It arrived to the eastern coast of the Mediterranean, and from here exported to Rome, to Egypt, and to the rest of the world of that time. So, if you have a harbor city here, you control the big money. The Romans will be happy. So he built for them a harbor city, a fancy one, a huge one. Very much Roman style, with theater and amphitheater and gymnasium, and street covered by marble and pillars, and just name it, everything was there. And after Herod died, Caesarea remained the center of the Roman troops in this province of their empire, that they call it Palestina Prima, the first Palestina. And it became such an important place that we can hear about it even in the New Testament. Now, Caesarea mentioned several times in the New Testament. Caesarea in the book of Acts, and anytime you want to do something.
We'll read after your time.
Anytime. Now, the Jewish people were the only people to believe in God in that time. Now, we must remember in visiting this country, when we talk about Jesus, we talk about Jewish persons. The disciples were Jewish. Now, here were Roman soldiers who were non-Jewish, and they start realizing, and every day more and more people realize, come on, it's ridiculous to pray to this funny statue. It can be very beautiful. But we made it. After all, who make whom? People make God, or God make us? The answer is obvious to us today, but to many people it was not obvious in that time. And many people start to realize, well, it cannot be that this statue must be the God. The Jews are right. There is invisible God. But in that time, that was the only religion deal with one God. Joining to the Jewish religion was not an easy process at all. It is possible, but it's very hard. Judaism is a religion that gives you a lot more limitation. They tell you a lot more what you are not supposed to do, what you cannot do, than what you can do. Don't eat this. Don't work on Sabbath. Be dressed in a certain way. I mean, it's quite a tough religion if you keep it really properly. And above all is the circumcision. Now imagine that some Roman soldiers start to realize, okay, I want to enter to the group of people who believe in one God, and they tell him, okay, fine, you're welcome, take off your pants and lie on the table, and we come with our little scissors. The answer naturally will be, you know what, it's not that bad after all. It was a big limitation. Now among those people was a commander of Roman battalion, his name was Cornelius, that he wanted to believe in one God. But he realized how it is hard to enter to Judaism. Now Peter, and it was already after the crucifixion, Jesus was already crucified. Peter was in Jaffa. Jaffa is nearby Tel Aviv of today. And Peter was there, and in Jaffa he had a vision. That he saw heavens open and all kinds of animals appeared, and he heard a voice, Peter, kill and eat. And he said, I cannot, because as a Jew, there are many animals I'm not supposed to eat. Then he said, no, I say briefly. And then he heard a voice telling him, you can eat everything because God created all animals to eat. For him it was a hint that you can believe in God without keeping all the Jewish rules. That hint in Jaffa prepared him. Prepared him to what? When he came down from the roof of the house, he had a vision, he met two soldiers, came from Caesarea, sent by Cornelius, asked him to come and enter Cornelius into the group of people who believe in one God, but entering him not by circumcision, by baptism. And Peter agreed. Without having the vision in Jaffa, he would not have agreed to do it. And Cornelius was the first non-Jewish person entered to the group of people that believe in one God. Now the traditional Judaism could not accept it. They say, wait a moment, he is not Jew. Cornelius, he is not circumcised. And they say those people that are not circumcised and start believing God cannot be considered Jews. So they had to spread from Judaism and create a new religion, the Christian religion. So we may say that the first step of Christianity to become a religion by itself, spread from Judaism, started here in Caesarea. by the first one that did it, by Cornelius, here in the city of Caesarea. When I say here, I mean I don't mean right over here. Here in the entire area of Caesarea. Of course we cannot know where exactly is the spot for it, but in the town of Caesarea. And let's now go over this stone before another will come. Now the Romans, in their empire, everywhere, they sent a Roman high governor, representative of them, that governed the country. And in this place, for a certain time, it was a guy that's familiar with the name through the New Testament, Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate was the Roman high governor in the time of Jesus. He was the one that tried Jesus to crucifixion. So he is mentioned in the New Testament. Pontius Pilate stayed most of the time in Caesarea with the rest of the Roman army. When they had troubles in Jerusalem or Masada or other places, they used to go there. But constantly, 10,000 Roman soldiers and the high governor were stationed in Caesarea. Now Pontius Pilate wanted badly to enter to history. But he realized Roman high governor in one of the provinces, and many, is not an important person. I mean, he was as important as the United States ambassador to Monaco. Who knows his name now? We'll know his name within 200 years to come. But he wanted to enter to history, so he made this stone and he put his name on it. Pontius Pilatus. That's the only record, archaeological record for Pontius Pilate. Now, there are people that they have their belief in their faith, and that's enough. And there are people that says, if we have archaeological proof for it, we take it. If not, we don't. For those people, this stone is very important. This is the only record for Pontius Pilate. Therefore, the Vatican, for example, offered $5 million to this stone.
Great.
They would have come to me. I would have given it for only $1 million. They made a mistake. And don't try to steal it. This is a replica. The original is kept somewhere else. But this is the only archaeological record for Pontius Pilate.
Incredible.
Maybe we'll go over there. Sure. You lead the way.
Certainly.
That up here next to everything down there. Yes, they did.
Isn't that something?
Look at
That is amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
I got it on camera.
Dave, come here. I'm going to run the back.
We are at Caesarea, the Roman theater, and we have spotted a bride-to-be in her wedding dress at the phone booth. Wow, what a trip.
Look in the groom.
Where, oh, where could he be? That looks like the groom's father-in-law to be. But where, oh, where could he be? Groom! We found the groom! There's the groom. We found the groom.
Are we on?
He's right there on the other side holding the flower. And she's marrying him. I guess she's marrying him. Somebody's marrying him. Here's the groom.
Are we on the bus?
We're seeing a...
Korea could survive without this aqueduct, but they did it. And this one, how it works, you see those arches?
Here we are once again on the way to the top of Mount Carmel that overlooks Haifa, and we have run up on another wedding. Another love couple. Yeah. This is Haifa.
Unbelievable. It's your first time here?
First time up here. First.
Beautiful. Worthwhile, huh?
Right. For the last 5 years, we've not even coming up. This is just gorgeous. You can't even describe what you see.
Overlooking the Mediterranean, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what everybody says.
It could be, yeah, it could be because of the bay.
The bay and for the rest of
It
the
is.
mountain and the sea.
Well, you're going to be able to let me have some of them.
You must already define.
Restaurant up there. There's the crew. Hey, crew.
Hey, Steve! It's not nuclear station, even though it looks like. We buy all our petroleum, and here we convert it to gasoline. And you see the Golden Dome down there? The place is called the
I am now overlooking the Sea of Galilee, and that mountain range to the other side is the Golan Heights that we hear so much about. Strategic point in the protection of Israel. From here we can also see that that gorge there is the beginning of the Rift Valley, which is the longest and largest valley in the world. This other mountain range to the backside is the border of Assyria and Jordan, I think, or Lebanon, I can't remember. I believe it's Jordan and Assyria. Jordan and Assyria right there.
We can even see the River Jordan from here. If you come a little closer.
That right there is the River Jordan, and it goes in between the trees there, the forest area, right in the middle of that forest area right there, and connects to the, let's see here, there we are, the Sea of Galilee. Alright, there. Somewhere in there we find that River Jordan runs through that area right in there. Runs right in there, right through there. And right there it is. Runs all the way down to the Dead Sea.
She says, I said, how do you know I never even thought about
This is the view of Mount of Transfiguration, also known as Mount Tabor.
No smile on her face, you know. The picture.
How did you do it? Tell me the secret.
We have a cafeteria called Luby's, and they have a small plate called Luann.
The Mount of Transfiguration, walking. We're going up in a Mercedes taxi. Ours will be the next load. Quite a difference. Loading up. We're next.
To try to match the location and the stories. After all, what is the transfiguration, the changing? In a way, Jesus here was changed to the Holy Spirit, or was shown as the Holy Spirit. God
last time, maybe some mills. As you can tell, this is dedicated to Elijah and of course Moses. And they're going to a brief devotional time of just reflection. And I know that the other 2 days which they could be to reach others, to touch the sick, to bring Christ to the lost, to heal the depressed. We're instrument God's hands. That's why God never allowed instruments. Now they built the church, and of course they go through all ritual. But the important thing is God has called us to be instruments. In our given way, we all have a call. All of our calls are not the same, but all are equally